Hey, what's up guys, Smurfy here, and today we have another Legacy Cube draft. So we're just going to get straight into the pack. So from this pack, I really like Exclude. I don't know if it's actually that good, it's just a counterspell I really like. Any counterspell that draws a card I think is really good. I wouldn't say really good, I just really enjoy playing that kind of deck. I really like Dissipate. Stormbreath Dragon's good, Fetches are fine, Monastery Mentor if you want to go down like cheap spells. Solemn Simulacrum, obviously Vindicate, and Toxic Deluge is good. Pretty much everything in this pack is good, besides the Prowler, and the Thrasher, and the Monument. So the cards that catch my eye, Dissipate, I really like Dissipate. Exclude is good. Like I'm really drawn to the Stormbreath Dragon, but I just feel that I do a lot of aggressive decks in my recordings, so I'm just gonna go the complete opposite, and I'm just gonna go down like a control route, just to give you guys some different types of entertainment, I guess. Plus, I really enjoy counter spells in Cube. I think they're really powerful, and I think blue is really fun to play in Cube. So in this pack, I really like Razeric. Bruna's good. If you can reanimate something good, I get like in a value deck. I would expect that to be good. What is it? Humans or angels? Okay, so it's not as good. I always thought it was a lot more broad than that, but I guess it's only those two creature types. Yeah, I'm really drawn to Razeric here. Nothing else really catches my eye. Obviously, the fixing is nice and things like that. But like Liliana's good if you're in black, obviously. But double black, double blue, I'm not particularly into that. Yeah, I think Razeric is fine. If I had taken the Stormbreath Dragon, I would probably take the Creator's Claws or the Chandra's Phoenix. Yeah, so that would be my other way I would have went. But yeah, I'm happy with Razeric here. Yeah, I really enjoy Planeswalkers in Cube, like just counter spells in Planeswalkers. I think it's really fun to play, and it works pretty well for me. So obviously Vryn's Prodigy is good. Other cards, Goblin Dark Dwellers. If Ancestral Visions comes around, obviously Dark Dwellers is really good with that. I don't even know if Ancestral Visions is in this Cube, to be honest. Other good cards. There's nothing really in blue-red, like Riftbolt is not what we want to be doing. Goblin Dark Dwellers is good for the flashback, obviously. I can't think of anything else that it's really good with because it's 3 CMC or less, so it's just like if you go in like a blue-red deck, it's normally a lot of counter spells, so it'd probably have to be like some sort of card draw. But it's between that and Jace Vryn's Prodigy. I'm just going to take Jace here. He helps, he's like a threat you can put down early, and then he can just tick up whilst you're doing other things, which is nice. Miscalculation is one of my favourite counter spells of all time, actually. I don't know, just anything that you can draw cards off, have a primary purpose, and then if it's not doing the job, then you can just get another card. I find that really, I just really like that in a card. So Miscalculation I'm really drawn to. Day of Judgment is really good. Slagstorm I don't really want to be taking. It's just like a bad Anger of the Gods, really. That can sometimes go face. Self of Fools is good. This guy is... Oh, he's the he takes a small spell and a big spell. He's really good if you're in black, just because it's kind of like a 2-for-1, and you still get the body anyway, so that's really powerful. So it's between Miscalculation, Day of Judgment, and Self of Fools. I'm just going to take the Miscalculation here, but I can definitely see merit to taking either of the other cards. In fact, if the Stormbreath Dragon somehow wheels, that could actually end up in this deck. Okay, from this pack, I don't really like Phantasmal Image. I don't think it's very good. No, I'm not going to take that. So Marsh Flats is fine. Yeah, there's nothing really in this pack that catches my eye. I'm just going to take the Goblin Bushwhacker because occasionally mono red doesn't get taken, and I'm fine with just spending that pack to get a bushwhacking for the off chance that we end up in that. Ponder, because it's get played in like Legacy and things like that, people like really value it highly, but I don't think it's as good as it looks in cube like here. Excuse me. Yeah, I think it gets valued a lot higher than it should do, just because like obviously it like helps you draw good cards and things, but I find that in a limited deck you want cards that actually do something on their own. Like, card filtering is great, but I think taking creatures that actually, or planeswalkers and things like that, and counter spells is more relevant. I'm just going to take Sarkhan here. I think he's a good threat. He can be used as removal. So yeah, I'm happy taking that. From this pack, sorry, I'm about to sneeze again. Yeah, sorry. From this pack, Glacial Fortress is good. We're not actually in white yet, but it'd be something I would be happy to pick up. Bonfire of the Damned can be very good. It can just be like a board wipe and goes to the face. It's very good if you can get Brainstorm, because you can then put the card back on top. Because when you draw it, and then it's a fairly it's not particularly an efficient burn spell to like wipe the board and things like that. So that's the reason I don't like it. So yeah, I'm actually just going to take the. Oh, actually, Pack Rat is very good. No, I'm going to take the Fortress. Sorry. Yeah, Pack Rat is pretty ridiculous, but I think I prefer to take that. I don't really want to be playing Pack Rat. I know it's a good card, I just don't really like playing it, so I'm not going to take it. It's just cube, so I'm just going to play what's fun. Into the Royal is really good. Oh, actually, no, sorry, I thought that was a different card. Into the Royal is fine. Face Fetters is good, it just gets rid of a Planeswalker, gains you some life. Genesis Wave is one of my favourite cube cards of all time. I just think it's absolutely awesome. If you can get Loriphalos, that card is awesome. Out of all of these, I'm going to take... yeah, I'm going to take Into the Royal. I think Face Fetters is good, and Kavu is actually a lot better than it looks. From this pack, I'm just going to take Storm Breath. I think Vindicate is fine. I'm not in white or black yet, so I don't really want to be taking it. And Crasher is not really something I want to be playing. Crasher is like a threat, I guess, if you really need one. But I'm much happier picking up Storm Breath Dragon. Chandra's Phoenix is fine. None of the others really catch my eye. Like Chandra's Phoenix is okay if we end up in like a blue-red tempo-y burn deck. Shambling Vent is good, and the others is just not really anything we want to be playing. Like Stomp Howler, I still think is a really good card. You can, if you're ever in green, you can pretty much always play the Stomp Howler. Which kind of draws me to that actually, but no, I'm going to stick with the Chandra's Phoenix because it goes in this deck if we end up that route, and if not, it can end up in the off chance that we go red aggro. So from this pack, Riftbolt is fine if you want a burn spell. Sometimes you just can use it just to kill a guy, like even just hard casting it. Dragon Skull Summit is fine, and Bloodbait is fine, but again, I'm just going to take the Riftbolt. This is what I mean, like, sometimes you just get a bunch of red cards at the end. And yeah, Banefire is really good, but it's not really something I want to be playing. I'm just going to take the Lightning Maul. I think we could end up in just an aggressive red deck. No matter how much I try to play the blue deck, apparently I'm going to end up in red anyway. From these, none of them really matter. I'd rather just take Fixing, so I'm just going to take the Temple. I'm going to keep those, and we'll take Boros Reckoner. And Regrowth, that's fine. Yeah, I'll keep the Lance here just so we can keep in mind what we can splash. Here we go, Treachery. Treachery is really good. Preordain's fine. Kira? I'm not actually sure how you pronounce that. I've played against it a bunch of times, but I've never actually heard someone say it. I'm going to say it's Kyra. I don't know. Windburst Kites is pretty good. Oh, sorry, I thought that was the blue. Yeah, sorry, that one you have to attack with, so that one we're not looking to play. Thalia is interesting. Again, we're not in white yet, but it's just something to consider. I think it's Treachery. I think Treachery is pretty clearly the strongest pick. If Treachery wasn't here, I would be looking. Actually, Revoker's reasonably playable, just because you can just like name a planeswalker, which is surprisingly powerful, especially in Cube where people are just playing the best cards. So I like Revoker, but yeah, we're going to take Treachery here. And Dismiss. This is awesome. Dismiss is great. Oh, Rofellos. Okay, out of all the cards in the entire cube, the one card that I always say is going to put me into a specific archetype is Rofellos. He's just incredible. He's like, when it comes down to like mana dorks, he's the best mana dork. Like, obviously Noble Hierarch is good, but Rofellos just ramps you stupid amounts of mana. But you have to play like mono green or very close to mono green to get like the full effect, because you obviously want to be playing as many forests as possible. So yeah, if I play Rofellos, I want to be playing pretty much mono green. It's very early in pack 2, so I can see just switching over to green and just like aggressively going into green, like not even caring, just because Rofellos is so powerful. I don't think that's what I want to do. Like, we've got some reasonably powerful cards, so I'm actually just going to take Dismiss, but definitely taking Rofellos here. I can genuinely see a reason to do that, and yeah, I can see why people would do that, but I'm very happy picking up Dismiss. Threads is okay, just takes a small creature. It's not really what we want to be doing, but it's available if we want that. Other good cards, Brainstorm is good. Nothing else really is appealing. Pillar of Flame is fine if we just want some removal, and Tundra is good as well. We don't have any white cards yet, but if we take that, we have 2 white fixing, which would be nice. I think I'm still just going to take... Yeah, I'm just going to take Brainstorm here. I think it's pretty close, but I'm quite happy picking up Brainstorm, especially if we can get some fetches, so we can like put cards we don't want back on top and then shuffle away. From this pack, I like Zealous Conscripts. If we can get Pestomite or something like that. Actually, sorry, it's not Pestomite. You have to get the Kiki. So that would be good. But I really like taking Dissolve here. I value counterspells very highly, and we've already got some good threats, so I don't mind just taking up Dissolve here. He's fine. Ob Nixilis is good if you end up in black. Flame Slash is great removal. It's very mana efficient. But yeah, I'm very happy taking Dissolve here. Frost Titan. This is like a perfect payoff card, because you can like a lot of your threats you have to play and hope that they can't answer it before you get counter magic, or you wait until you can hold up for like a counter spell. But Frost Titan is kind of like the built-in counter spell, so I really like it how you can like counter other things and then just slam your threat on turn 6, and hopefully his ability can help protect him for a little bit until you can get your counter magic back up. Other cards are Mere Battlesphere is a fine win condition. Chain Lightning is fine if you're like scraping the barrel for removal. Careful Study is more... I think people play this a lot more than they should. Careful Study. It's card disadvantage. It's still card selection, but it is card disadvantage. I think it's fine in Reanimator, but you don't really want to be playing it like a control deck, which for some reason people do. From this pack, Splinter Twin is great. We already know that the Zealous Conscripts is in the cube. Obviously it's gone past. I doubt it's going to come back to us, because you know everyone knows that it's actually in the cube. So everyone that's seen the Splinter Twin is probably going to see the other half and take it, just so that someone doesn't end up with both. I'm still going to take it anyway, just on the off chance. If not, I would take Nahiri. But I am just going to take the Splinter Twin and hope that we see the other half of the combo. Okay, we can take Mindslaver and try and get the lock, or you can just use it for value. Delver is fine, it's not what we're really looking to do though. I really like exploring in green decks, but obviously we're not in that. Ratchet Bomb is fine. Soulfire is good if you can get extra turn spells, or just sometimes you can use it and then like burn a creature and get like get really far ahead just with life and removal and things like that against aggro decks. Nothing here particularly takes particularly gets my attention. So I'm just going to take the Soulfire in case we do end up in white. From this, nothing here seems really powerful. Firebolt is fine, just as against like small creatures and things. Besides that, Angel Serenity is like a really late game win con, and can help clean up the board. But yeah, I don't think we're going to be playing that, especially triple white. So I'm just going to take the early interaction. From these, I'm just going to take the Revoker. Nothing else we can play. But, well, I guess we can play the Gorger and the black red line on the off chance that we end up with a good black spell in the deck. But I think taking the Revoker is just better. You can also name fetch lands if you really want, but I don't think we're going to be doing that. Yeah, we're just going to take the Revoker for a sideboard card. So it's between Thunderbreak, Brimstone Volley, and Duplicant. Duplicant is like a 2-for-1 because it's like removal and then you get a threat, which is really good. Thunderbreak is just nice, especially if we have Stormbreath Dragon and Sarkhan, so we have a little bit of dragon stuff going on. I'm not sure which one's better. I find Duplicant is always under impressive, or it just doesn't impress me as much as I expect it to, so I'm just going to take the Thunderbreak. Out of these, it's Pillar of Flame I think is fine, and Flame Slash. So we have a lot of early interaction. Oh, and Bedlam Reveler or Chainlink. I'm going to take Bedlam Reveler here. I think it's a really good top end. And we'll take Terminate. And Explore. Yeah, so if we use the early interaction of like all the small burn spells, and then late game we can just use Reveler to refuel. Okay, from this pack we get Volcanic Island, which is pretty much exactly what we want in this deck. Snapcaster Mage and Remand are the three that grab my attention. Arc Trail is fine, but there's no way we're taking over these three. Imperial Recruiter, if that wheels and we get the other half of Splinter Twin, that could be nice. Because it can fetch Deceiver and Pestamite. I think it's close between Remand and Snapcaster Mage. I don't think we need the fixing that badly. Oh, actually, looking at these, maybe we do. Because, yeah, we're pretty mana intensive. I still think Snapcaster Mage is just good enough to take over them, but I think Remand is as well. We are kind of like a tempo-ish deck because we have quite a lot of threats. So like with Rowzeric and Stormbreath and Thunderbreak and Sarkhan, we can normally just play a threat and then try and stop our opponent from being able to answer that threat. So I'm just going to take Remand here. I can see Snapcaster Mage being better, but I think I'm happy taking Remand here. That card is fine. Old Man of the Sea is okay. Chandra is good. Again, we don't really have anything but the Soulfire for the white, so I'm not prioritizing red-white fixing. Yeah, I'm just gonna take Chandra here as another. Like, she can sometimes just wipe the board, and she has a win con in herself. Okay, as I said earlier about with the Soulfiring and take an extra turn. Oh, okay, this one you have to exile. Oh, that's no fun. But yeah, with some of the other take a turn spells, you can just, as long as you have the 4 mana and enough mana to cast the take an extra turn spell, you can just loop because it just goes back to your hand every turn. Doesn't work with this one because you have to exile it, but that would have been cool. So cards that have my attention are Probe, Daze, Part the Water Veil. I don't really want to be playing in Ifrit. I think it's between Probe and Part the Water Veil here. 6 mana to take an extra turn is quite a lot, but obviously taking an extra turn is very powerful. We have a lot of Planeswalkers, so yeah, I'm going to take the Part the Water Veil. Because you can get a lot of extra value from Planeswalkers then. I really like Rakdos's return. Just being able to make your opponent discard a couple of cards is so powerful, and if you can ramp up, it's really good. It's not really something for this deck, but I really do. I think it's very powerful in this cube, and in Vintage, if it's in the Vintage one. I think it is, because you can use a lot. I remember playing a lot of Mana Rocks in the deck and using that on like turn 3. If you make your opponent discard like 3 or 4 cards on turn 3, that's so good. Meloku is very good if you can get Fast Bonds. I don't think Fast Bonds is in the Legacy, it's only in the Vintage, so that's not something I really want to be playing. It's a fine win card if you need one, but we've got plenty. So I think it's between Stroke of Genius, which is okay. That old Wall of Omens. I don't think we're going to be playing white. So we'll just take Stroke of Genius, yeah. Oh wow, Gaia's Cradle as well. So we've seen Gaia's Cradle and Rofellos, like the 2 best green spells. Or best 2 green cards, should I say. So Serum Visions is good. We don't really need Flame Wake. Incinerate is good if you need more removal, but I'm not worried about that. We've already got a lot. Oblivion Stone is a good board wipe. We don't really have a board wipe other than Chandra here, I don't think. No, we don't. So Oblivion Stone could be the pick. I believe it just gets every non-land permanent. Yeah, so that gets rid of Planeswalkers as well. But I think I'm going to take these Serum Visions to help us hit our land drops, which we need to do, and it fuels the Bedlam Reveler for late game. So yeah, I'm happy taking that. Remove Soul is good. Night Veil Spectre is good. Just a bit of card advantage. Grim Lavamancer is really good against creature decks, which a lot of decks are in the Legacy Cube. And Serum Spear is obviously good as well for removal. But I think Grim Lavamancer is just better. However, because of the Bedlam Reveler and the Jace, I don't think we want to be exiling our spells. And we don't really have any fetches yet, so I don't think that's very good for this particular deck. So I think it's between Night Veil and Remove Soul, but I'm just going to take Remove Soul here. So we've got Master of Waves and Force Spike. Nothing else really we can play. We're not going to have too much devotion to blue because we only have Frost Titan and Rouse Eric, which are going to be permanents, and the Jace, but he's probably going to flip. So I don't think Master of Waves is that good. He's good against red decks, but besides that, I think Force Spike is just better. Not that we really want to be playing Force Spike, but it's there if we need it. Oh, there we go, Pestilite. That is exactly what we wanted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so yeah, I was trying to work out if we'd already seen this pack. We definitely haven't. Yeah, Pestilite is pretty much the clear pick here. We have the other half in Splinter Twin, and hopefully the Imperial Recruiter will come round, and we can take that as well. And sorry, that was my phone. Other cards are Killfiend. I don't really want to be playing that, but it's an option, and Outpost Siege. But Pestilmite is a pretty easy pick up there. And there's the Imperial Recruiter. Yeah, so this could search for Pestilmite. If this wasn't the pick, I think it would be between Arc Trail and Exquisite Firecraft. And I guess Fire and Away, but I'd take Arc Trail. But yeah, we don't have to worry about that. All of these are fine. We have a hell of a lot of playables, so like taking the Green Suns to stop the person with Rofellos being able to Green Suns for it is really appealing. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. We do not need like any more like both of those cards were like backup cards if we didn't have enough playables, but we definitely do. So I'm not worried about taking that. I'd rather just cut a card that we don't want our opponents to have, instead of having a card that we're not going to end up playing anyway. And we'll just take Chaos Warp here, I think. I don't think anyone is in mono red aggro, so I'm just going to take the Chaos Warp instead of cutting like a mono red card. And there were 2 in the pack anyway, so cutting 1 doesn't really do much anyway. We'll take active aggression, and actually no, we'll take the evolutionary leap because we don't really want to be playing against that. And the Grim Lava Monster getting back, and the Bushwhacker. Yeah, so yeah, no one is in aggressive like a mono red deck. We're not going to be playing Soulfire or these lands or the Stroke of Genius. Don't really want to be playing the Force Spike. It's fine, but it's not something I would like to play. We can cut the Pillar and probably the Firebolt too. We have a lot of Wind, so I don't actually know if we need the Bedlam Reveler. I think it seems fine to play though. No, we'll go ahead and cut the Reveler. We've got a lot of threats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we've got plenty of Wincons. We don't really need that. Let's just sort out the land base. There we go. It wants 10 and 7. So we have obviously a lot more blue than we have red. However, we do have a lot of double red. I actually think 10-7 is fine. I know a lot of people don't like how this works out, but it seems fine to me. Yeah, we'll play that. I'm a bit annoyed that we didn't get the Snapcaster Mage back. I can't remember what we took over. I think it was Remand. I think it was Remand. I would have liked to get the Snapcaster Mage, obviously, but I'm happy getting Remand anyway. Yeah, so that's the deck, and I will see you in round 1. Peace.